Well, joining us now for more political analyst, Professor Peter Mathews. He's with the Cypress College here in Los Angeles. He teaches political science. Good to see you on a Saturday, Peter.
Good to see you, John. How you doing?
Good to see you. Okay, Trump's lawyers, they're planning to make an issue of how investigators actually got hold of these thousands of emails from the Trump transition team. Apparently, they were handed to the special counsel by the federal department which oversees transitions. We'll get to the politics in a moment. But Axios broke this story. They report that about 7,000 emails from 12 email accounts said to include sensitive exchanges on matters that include potential appointments, gossip about the views of particular senators involved in the confirmation process, speculation about vulnerabilities of the Trump nominees, strategizing about press statements, and policy planning on everything from war to taxes. No wonder the Trump transition lawyers are upset, because this could have the possibility of being a motherload of evidence.
Absolutely. I mean, these are thousands of emails that were sent during that time period when Trump was not in office yet. And don't forget that the Logan Act prevents any private citizen, even someone on potential a cabinet holder like Michael Flynn, from engaging in foreign policy directly with another government. And the question is, what did he say to the Russian ambassador about certain policy areas? And a lot of this stuff could be on those emails. That's the key, John. That's why they're so concerned. And the Trump transition to the Trump lawyers trying to discredit completely Robert Mueller, who's in a lot of ways impeccable in terms of his credentials.
Well, there is that argument over who actually owned the emails. The attorneys who are representing Trump for America, rather, they sent this 7-page letter. Boris talked about it to Congress, raising potential violation of attorney-client privilege. Also talked about violation of the Fourth Amendment, which protects against unlawful search and seizure. Do they have a point? Is this actually a valid complaint? Or, is the Democratic Congressman Eric Saul right when he tweeted this out a short time ago? Private documents on a U.S. government public email system? What are they afraid that was found? Baloney. This is another attempt to discredit Mueller and his Trump-Russia probe tightens. Well, okay, so what is it? Is it a legitimate concern coming from the Trump team? Or, is this an attempt to discredit Mueller and the team?
Well, I think it's obviously an attempt to discredit Mueller, but they certainly are concerned as well. Do they have any legal ground to stand on it? But the question is, did Mueller use some kind of procedure to ensure that he was doing things legally by getting the information from the GSA? He must have had some knowledge that he needs to have cover himself completely in what he does and to get this information. So maybe he was able to get some type of a search document to be able to get that legally. I think the Trump team is terrified as to what could happen if this information is already then used in the investigation. And so they're trying to discredit Mueller any way they can to say he acted illegally. But someone as experienced as Mueller would not do something like this lightly, in my view. So we'll have to wait the next couple of days and see what's going on here.
Yeah, despite the denial that we're hearing from Donald Trump's lawyer, Ty Cobb, no plans to fire Robert Mueller, the special counsel, there is a lot of buzz, a lot of speculation in Washington. The president may decide, it's high noon and it's coming soon. Listen to this.
The rumor on the Hill when I left yesterday was that the president was going to make a significant speech at the end of next week, and on December 22nd, when we are out of D.C., he was going to fire Robert Mueller.
December 22nd is the Friday. Of course, the Monday after that is Christmas. No one's going to be around. There's also talk the president wants to end the various congressional investigations into Russia. But let's just stick with Robert Mueller, the special counsel. If Donald Trump does, what many people, believe he may be planning to do, which is fire him, do we get to the level of a constitutional crisis at that point?
Very definitely so, because this would even constitute a possible obstruction of justice charge for impeachment. Because any time that an outside force, like the president or anyone else, tries to slow down an investigation or to block it, and including firing the chief investigator, as he did with Comey, by the way, there was a huge outcry then. Can you imagine if he does it the second time against Mueller, who's got his bases covered so well? This will be a tremendous outcry. And I believe some members of Congress have already said, if he does fire Mueller, that's completely on the road to impeachment immediately. Some members of the House have said that, I believe. So I think it would be a huge step, John, and something that would be precipitous. And I think it was one of the worst things that he could do at this point. The best thing that President Trump could do is to leave the investigation alone, let it continue. And if he's not concerned about his acting illegally in any way, or his campaign acting illegally, unethically, then he should just leave it alone and let the special counsel come to the proper conclusions. That would be the best way to go.
That point has been made many times. It just doesn't seem to resonate for some peculiar reason. Peter, good to see you.
That's something. It doesn't seem to resonate. Yeah.
Well, still to come here.